People, how y'all doing? Welcome back to my channel, Flashlight Unity. I am Theora, and I got another video for you today, and this video is going to explain some things. I know I've been talking about these evil beings who've been doing atrocious things to me, and they've been doing it as a group. They've been gang stalking me. They've been doing everything they possibly can to destroy my life. And so without, the only name that I gave him so far was Yahweh, and Yahweh is actually one of the beings that I'm going to talk about. These beings that I'm talking about now are part of the 200 fallen angels back that was thrown to earth back in the ancient Egypt times. They're still here. They never left. I know there's a lot of stories. There's a lot of word out on social media or the internet that would say, that lead one to believe that these beings left, but these beings did not leave. There was no way for them to leave, because and I'll get into that at another time, basically where we are and what we are on, because this earth is not what you think it is. But at the time that they was thrown to earth, there was no way for them to leave. There was no escape. So these beings never left. So what they tried to do, they tried to implement themselves within our society. And so they are, once again, they are the 200 fallen angels who went rogue, got thrown out of heaven because they kept warring, they kept fighting against the divine feminine's creator's order. She told them to stop warring, stop fighting, and they refused. They were very disobedient. So she threw their ass to earth. And so they've been here ever since, and that's been like since the 1300s. So these beings are known as the Anunnaki. They are not originally from this planet. They are aliens from another planet. One planet in particular I know is called Planet Risk. There may be other planets that other ones are from, because they have a lineage as well. They're not the first ones. There's other Anunnaki alien beings in their lineage. But the ones that I'm specifically talking about are a part of the 200 fallen angels that was thrown to earth by the divine back in the 1300s. They never left. They've been here the whole time, and they've been actually running amok on our world. Our planet, a planet which the divine creator of all things made for us, humans. A planet for which we are the indigenous people, with a planet for which all this shit, all this land, all this shit on this planet belongs to us. And they stole it, and they know they did. And it's time for us to take it back. And it's time for us to take back all the shit that they stole from us, including our land and everything else. Our freedom, our right to know. We got so much shit to take back from them. It's time. Raise up, people. Wake up. The revolution is here now. Right now, in present time, there are millions of them, if not billions of them, because just like we reproduce, they reproduce as well. So right now, there are millions, if not billions, of these beings on this planet right now. So, but I want to give you a description of them so you can get a kind of idea of what we're dealing with and who they are from that point in time, and then I'll come back and give you what they are now. So I have an image right here, and this image kind of goes over the differences between the Anunnaki and the humans, and how we differ. Now, the Anunnaki was tasked, when they did come to earth back in the day, the divine had created a blueprint. The divine created a blueprint because, once again, she told the demiurge god, which is Yahweh, she told Yahweh, I need you to go be fruitful and multiply. This is what Yahweh came back with. This was the trash that he made, you know, and I can say trash now because all the shit that they done to me, I can most definitely call them that, because in my eyes, that's what they are. So when she went after he made his people, she said, I'm going to make my own people. So she created a blueprint for humans. But she gave the Anunnaki, because these beings are more AI computers than humans. They are reptilian human hybrid beings. They have reptilian heads, tails, feet, and they have human arms and human legs. So they stand upright. They stand upright like humans. They have a reptilian head and a tail. So they are human hybrid reptiles. And so they reproduce as well. And so there's like billions of them here. They were supposed to be, they were actually classified as watchers. They were supposed to be angel watchers that was supposed to watch this planet. They were supposed to keep things in balance. If they found things that got too out of balance, they were supposed to implement different types of technology or different kind of resolves that would help Earth, to help the planet move along. They were supposed to be watchers as well as balancers. Somewhere along the line, they became real bitter. They became real jealous, envious. They became real angry beings. And that anger, the jealousy that they had, it was against humans. Now, the humans, we are the humans. We are the humans. And when I say we, I'm talking again about my melanated brothers and sisters. We are the only HUEMANS. We are the only humans on this planet. If you do not have melanin within your system, within your body, then you are not considered HUEMANS, humans. So the Anunnaki, once again, they are alien beings. They were once angels in heaven, and they got thrown out because of the warring. The divine threw them out. They got to this planet and they were stuck. They could not go anywhere because there was no escape. There was no way for them to get off this planet. So over the course of time, their feelings, their envy, their jealousy, their anger, just bitterness. And so they got all of this because when they were here, when they actually got here, they started warring here. They already got thrown out of heaven, right, for warring. And the divine got so pissed off that she threw their ass to earth. Why did they come to earth and do the same type of deal? They kept warring. They kept fighting. They're really hard. They're hard heart beings. Once upon a time, these beings did have souls. These beings were a part of the divine. But because of their disobedience, a repetitive disobedience, the divine snatched her soul, her essence, right from their ass. Because they, time and time again, the divine will always come back and say, stop warring, stop fighting, stop doing this. And so they wouldn't just fight and just go on with it. They would destroy. They would destroy and they would kill people. They were fighting over the land back in ancient Egypt time. They was fighting, and then there was different species of Anunnaki or alien beings that was also fighting. So amongst this fighting, they were destroying the land. The earth, the divine made earth for humans, her children that she made. But in the midst of them getting thrown here, they thought it was okay for them to come and act like little boys, little girls, and just destroy earth. And so in that destruction, after divine told them over and over again to stop fighting, they refused to listen. She told them a lot of other things because they came during the time of the Amazon women. The Amazon women was here when they got here. Now, the first directive that the divine gave these Anunnaki alien beings, formerly angels, was not to intermingle with her children. The Amazon women was a part of the divine children that she made. And she gave them specific instructions not to intermingle with her children, the Amazon women. Once again, they ignored that directive from the divine, and they began to intermingle with the Amazon women. This intermingling caused them to create giants, because you got angels with magic, and then you got the divine Amazon women who also are magical. You know, we're magical beings. We come from the divine. This intermixing between the Anunnaki aliens and the Amazon women created giant beings, and they were called Nephilim. These beings were like 10 feet or more tall. You know, from my understanding, they were at least 10 feet tall. Some of them may be more. And so this further angered the divine. They kept, and once again, they kept warring. She caused a great flood because they kept warring. She said, okay, y'all intermingle with the women. She let that slide. They kept warring for the land, just kept fighting. So she said, I'm going to cause a great flood to these lands. She said, I don't know what y'all going to do, but I'm going to destroy everything on the land. In the Bible, this is listed under Noah's Ark. When they said God had Noah build an ark. Well, actually, this storyline is based on the Anunnaki being in ancient Egypt, when the divine was so pissed off with the alien Anunnaki, and she was also pissed off with the Amazon women too, because she actually told both of them not to intermingle with each other. So she said, I'm going to cause a great flood to these lands. And this is why we have the story that some people call myth about Atlantis being underwater, you know, because it was flooded, and it's rightfully so. The divine flooded Atlantis. So nobody knows where the alien Anunnaki went while the flood was taking place, but they did end up coming back. A lot of the Amazon women, they went under the sea. It said that they went under the sea. Of course, we know in any situation like that, there's going to be many casualties. So as it stands, from that particular flood, the Amazon women retreated under the water, and these are magical beings, and Anunnaki, who knows where they went, but they did end up coming back. They did have ships. They have ships, so who knows if they coasted in the air while the flood was actually taking place. So where we are now, so they was here since 1300, and I want to give you some characteristics of these Anunnaki beings, because you know, for me, as I was gathering this information from spirit, you know, and I was trying to understand, like, why are they so angry? Why are these beings so angry? You know, what makes them have so much disdain, you know, just in general. And it wasn't like that. It was like that when the divine actually snatched her soul back from her essence back from them. No, these beings were just warring like that. And this all stems from Yahweh. Yahweh, the divine created Yahweh. He's considered a god, a little g god, just as we are, my melanated brothers and sisters. Yahweh had the task. The divine gave him an order to go be fruitful and multiply. She gave him the order to create these beings. So Yahweh created these beings. I personally believe that these motherfuckers was born evil. You know, if you born evil and you just got anger for no reason at all, then you're going to display that evil. I mean, just think about it. If your maker, if your creator is evil, the apple don't fall too far from the tree. So I believe these beings, in their creation, they was just created to be evil motherfuckers, and they was never happy with anything. And when the divine cast down, and I told you, we all know how evil they are. So the bitterness manifested them into demons. So now they had so much hate, so much anger, so much bitterness, and everything is frequency and vibration, right? So when your vibration is so low for so long, it can manifest, because we are creators. We come from the creator, the ultimate creator. So these beings, being in their low vibration, they ultimately created and manifested themselves into demons, demonic entities. So now we know when the Bible talk about we don't wrestle against flesh and blood, we wrestle against principalities, spiritual wickedness, and darkness in high places. Now we know exactly what the Bible was talking about. They're talking about these motherfuckers. So now we know. Let's keep going. And I know for a lot of people this is a lot to accept, but come on now. The time is up. But for people to start saying, oh, that's not true, oh, that's so far-fetched. If you really think that we got an awesome creator as she is, that she only created one species and that's it, she just put the mold away, put all her tools away, all her equipment, all her creative ability, do y'all really think that a being that this great, that created all of this, said, okay, well, I'm going to stop right there. I'm not going to make anything else or no other being. It's time for y'all to stop being ignorant. That's it. People perish for lack of wisdom. And if you are one of those people that's sitting around talking about, oh, that's crazy, that's alien talk, I don't want to get into it. Well, let me tell you something right here, right now. Because the divine love her people. What I'm doing, I am the messenger. Divine sent me to give her people the message for them to start preparing, for them to become aware, for them to wake the fuck up. Because you may not have another chance. If you don't fucking like it, like I said, turn the dang on video off and keep it moving. But for the ones who know something, who know things just didn't feel right, this is where you need to pay attention. They are absolutely alien beings here, and they've been here since the 1300s. They've been mingling in society with the population, with the people. So the image that I have right here is going to show some of the differences that they have. So I left off with the divine gave the blueprint. She had a blueprint for how she was going to make her people. And she started off with this blueprint from the Adam and Eve story. From the Adam and Eve story, when she told Eve and Adam not to eat from the tree of wisdom. So everything in the Bible, everything that they wrote in the Bible is symbolic. It's symbolic to knowledge, to wisdom, to what you're supposed to discern symbolically. Although they had to put it in a literal form for people to actually understand it. And this is exactly why I do images. Like I do my artwork so you can kind of see an image with the words that I'm telling you. But everything in the Bible is actually symbolic in nature. So when they did the Adam and Eve story, you know, they wanted you to think of a literal Adam and Eve. Well, the Adam and Eve that was from the Bible was actually Anunnaki. And I'm gonna look at the picture here, and I'm gonna flip to the picture because I wanted to come on and I wanted to kind of give you an explanation of what we actually dealing with and what I'm talking about, who I'm talking about, so we can know how to prepare, so we can know how to protect ourselves, because the shit is about to hit the fan. Once again, these beings have been rogue since day one. And guess what? Right now, the divine has fed up. She is fed up with them, and that's it. Once the divine get fed up, I mean, what can you do? And they know, they absolutely know their days are numbered. So once again, just like anybody with secrets, if I got secrets and I don't want the world to know because I'm gonna be ashamed, embarrassed, or whatever, it's the same thing. When you know your time is up, you ready to do anything, right? That's right where we are. And the one deity we know is Yahweh. So the divine made Yahweh, he's evil, right? So she don't make no mistake. She did that on purpose because she made, everything is polarity. If you think about polarity, everything is polarity. We got up, down, right? We got above, we got below. We got hot, we got cold. We got love, we got hate. Everything is polarity. So if she is the ultimate of love and good, everything good, she made him to be evil. She did it on purpose. So naturally, when he made the people or the beings that she told him to make, and they were created different from us. They were grew in like chambers and like pods. So they was not made exactly like us. So even though we all come from the divine, we just have differences in how we were created. So this is explaining the disparaging differences between us, and it's also giving us some kind of insight to why they may be jealous of us. So we're gonna keep going, but I'm trying to get your mind to open up to understand that there's differences. She didn't make everybody the same, and until you open up and accept that and realize that, then you're gonna be lost in darkness. So when I say that they are fucking with all my shit, because they are literally computers. And think about it. If you got the smartest, the most talented, hacker. He's really good with the computer, right? These beings are actually computer. Their DNA, their whole makeup is computer. They're computer. Yeah, they are half reptile and half human. But their basic makeup, the majority of their makeup is computer. They are artificial intelligence. So anything electronic, they control here on this planet. Let me say that again. Anything that gets electricity to it, that is electronic, they control it on this planet. Please understand. Open your mind. It's time to wake up, people. This is real life, but it's time. It's time. No longer can we just sit back and say, the Anunnaki, they were charged by the divine. She handed them the blueprint. Like I said, these beings are computer. They are AI. The AI that we're using here is them. They would like to make us think that it's on the computer and that we're typing something and AI, the computer just magically do all of this. No, the Anunnaki beings are AI. They are the AI system, artificial intelligence. I mean, because we know they was already disobedient, so they didn't want to listen to anybody. So when you have this kind of disobedience, this arrogance to the point where you running stuff and you don't have to listen to nobody, then you are going to be angry because you have this ego that lets you think in your mind that you can do whatever the fuck you want to do. And so basically that's how they was. And this at the time, they had a soul. So it was no excuse for them to carry on that way, for them to be that destructive, to be that diabolical, to be that insubordinate, that disobedient. So rightfully so, the divine took back what was hers, the divine God given, and God taketh away, and that's exactly what she did to these motherfuckers. So I do have an image here, and like I said, I'm trying to get this information out to you the best way that I can. My resources, I already told you what they're doing to me, what they have been doing to me, and they've been doing it as a gang, like a group of them. And right now, I'm talking about waking up. This is what I'm talking about waking up. They did a number on y'all. They did it with religion, and they're doing it now. Y'all let the powers that be tell y'all over all these years, oh, there's no such thing as aliens, which they are the very things that they're saying that they're not. You let them tell you this, and you let them tell you that, and you believe that. So much so that if anybody even mentioned something to the fact of aliens and describe them this, that, and the other, then y'all immediately want to go to, oh, they're crazy, oh, they're this. Well, who is the real crazy person to think that you got a creator that only create one thing? You tell me one artist that only create one art piece and he don't create no more art pieces. You tell me one baker that only bake one cake and they don't bake no more cake. They don't try no other thing. They don't try no other dessert to make. They make one cake and that's it, and they call themselves a baker. Now, this is what I'm talking about, critical thinking, people. Start putting your thinking cap on. You know you got a divine creator that create extraordinary things, and do y'all really think that she gonna stop at y'all, just humans? It's time to wake up, people. Whether you like it or not, they are here. They are here. And right now, they done went rogue. And we gonna have to raise up. I mean, it just is what it is. I mean, I hope y'all are starting to see and get the picture. I hope y'all are starting to really put two and two together and recognize that we're dealing with the Most High Creator is a creator. If y'all still so shallow, so egotistical, so self-absorbing to think that the divine only made humans and she didn't make any other beings, any other life forms, then y'all are seriously mistaken, and y'all gonna seriously stay in darkness until y'all come up out of that non-belief, that small mind thinking. The divine made plenty of beings, and now it's been hidden for so long, and now that it's coming to light, it talks about all the things, the strange things that's going to be seen on the earth that people are not going to be able to handle, and their heart just going to stop. Verse 25 and 26. Because it talks about what's going to be walking this earth, the things that's going to be happening on this earth, how people's hearts are going to fail because they're not going to be able to handle or take what's actually taking place, what they're actually seeing. Luke 17, verse 25 and 26. Look it up. It's time for y'all to wake up and recognize, no, y'all not the only beings. Y'all not that special that you think that the creator of all things is just going to stop at one being and don't make any other. And as far as the Anunnaki beings that she made, they're not made like us. They're similar to us because they are hybrid beings. They're not made like us. She made them with special, different abilities, different skills. They were made by the demiurge god that she advised him. She directed him to make these beings because she was using them as angels. So we know angels have special talent, skills, and abilities. So some of the things that they know how to do, we don't know how to do. And if they're considered watchers, they had to have some kind of abilities that's different from ours, where they will be able to watch us from the 5D, from the spiritual realm, as far as here. And just the way that they move about shows that there was differences between us. And my personal belief is that's why they had a certain kind of animosity towards humans while they was here, while they was watching us. Think about it. If you're watching a certain kind of being and you're getting angry and jealous and envious, why would that be so? Let's keep going. Let's find out. In actuality, they are a part of our lineage because we all come from the divine, right? If we all come from the divine, they are a part of our lineage, and they are actually our creators. They created us along with the divine. The divine gave them the blueprint. They actually created us with the divine. We got the divine soul. So whether you like it or not, they are here. And whether you want to hear it or not, you're going to have to wake up. You're going to have to do something because they're going rogue. The divine is calling us to wake up and fight and stand up for our rights. It ain't no different than a brother. If you got a brother or uncle who was good, and then all of a sudden he started committing all of these crimes, now it's time for him to pay for those crimes. That's right where we are with the Anunnaki. They're here. And it's time for us to stand up to make them pay for all the shit they done did to us. All the lies that they done told all these years. All the dumbness. They done dumbed the people down so far that the people don't believe in nothing. Y'all don't believe in nothing. I challenge y'all to open your mind and start thinking critical. All the bad stuff is easy for y'all to believe. But the good stuff, things that are expansive, that will elevate your consciousness, make you think bigger. Y'all don't want to believe that. Listen to an orchestrated TV show and y'all would believe that. Y'all would talk about that. Y'all would even spread that. But something that elevates your consciousness, makes you think more, that will elevate you, y'all don't want to believe that. And let me tell you this, and if y'all keep thinking yourself as a lower being, if y'all don't start learning how the divine think, if y'all don't start making yourself equal to the divine, you won't always be that low being who's always looking up to somebody else. If you don't recognize who you are and what you are, you're always going to be that low being looking up to somebody else, and you're never going to meet it. Let me just speak my piece about all of this, okay? Because I don't disrespect nobody. I've never been that type of person. I don't disrespect nobody. But I do, however, speak my mind. And just over the course of these 3 years and talking to people and trying to just enlighten people along the way on my journey, I see how people think. People want to believe what they want to believe, and that's fine. That is absolutely fine with me. But the truth, like I said, the truth is going to always present itself. And when that truth presents itself and those same people realize that what they believe is wrong, and that they're going to come looking for me, right? They're going to come looking for somebody that's in the know, because what's headed, what we're headed to is not going to be pretty. And if you're not paying attention, if you don't open your eyes, if you don't open your mind, if you don't wake up, you're going to be asked out. Now, I am the messenger. I am the messenger of the Most High. I don't have to do this. I can take the information, all this information that I got, and I can get my family and just, school up my people, and I could just be gone. But see, I have love for people. I have compassion for people. And I wouldn't even feel right if I have all this information and I don't give it out and share it to people. So it just, it kind of disturbs me a little bit when you're trying to give people the wisdom. Wisdom don't care who take it, ignorance don't care who hold it either. You can hold ignorance, and ignorance just ride with you. It'll ride with you until the wheels fall off, But to have wisdom, you got to take some time out and really start thinking about some things. You got to open your mind. You got to be a realist about things, because living in a fantasy world that they painted for us ain't gonna excel you. It's not gonna elevate you. It's not gonna elevate you. It's just not gonna elevate you. It's gonna leave you ass out. And what I find with a lot of people is they want somebody else to do all the work for them. Well, right here, right now, this information I'm giving you, I've done all the work. I've done all the research. I the one went through all of this shit. I the one had to stay up hours after hours after hours, day and night, trying to understand this shit that coming from spirit now. They don't speak like we speaking, like I'm speaking to you now. They don't speak like that. I get information in doses, and I have to open up my mind. I have to use my intuition and my discernment to be able to get these messages. And not only that, I have to understand these messages. So I did all that. And then I had to compilate all of this information into a format where I understand it first, so that I can know how to deliver it to the people. So please do not disrespect the process of me giving out this information. So when I talk about don't be naive, don't remain ignorant, open your mind, get woke, I mean that. I mean that from the bottom of my heart. And I'm saying these things with love, because there's no other way. This is not a second chance. This is not a do-over type thing. This is like one and done. So you either gonna get it this time or you not. You just gonna reincarnate back here right where you left off. And if you was at scratch, you gonna start right at scratch. So it would behoove everybody to at least listen to what I got to say. Try to understand the information. Start spreading this information. Start talking to people. Show yourself improved, because ignorance don't care who holds it. It don't care who holds it. I'm the one that went to this these beings, they brutally attacked me, raped me every day. I was brutally attacked. They fucked up my life. They separated me from my family. They separated any associations I have. They blocked my money. They basically stopped everything. I'm out of the matrix. You know what I mean? So they basically stopped everything, all motion that I had going on in my life. If it wasn't for the Most High and my spiritual team, I don't know how I would have did this. And just the resilience, I was like, fuck that. I ain't going out like that, So I went through all of this. You know, I don't need nobody to concur with me to say if this is true or not. I know it's true because I went through the shit, and so I'm putting it out there. I'm being a good, what do you call it? A good guy. I'm being a good guy. I'm putting this shit out there because I want you to know. I want people to prepare. I want people to be ready, and I want people to be woke. So respect my craft of what I'm doing and what I'm doing for the people, what I'm putting out to the people, how I'm trying to elevate the people. That's all I say is respect my craft, because I'm not going to stop telling y'all to stop being ignorant, because sometimes tough love is needed. If you don't like the way I talk, if that offends you, whatever, click off. Click off. Maybe I'm not your messenger, because Divine has messengers all over. I might not be your messenger. But for the ones who get my message, who get the way I'm speaking, who know what I'm trying to do, then by all means, keep listening, because I'm going to try to give out as much information as I possibly can. I'm going to try to explain it to the people in a way where they understand it, where they can receive this information so they can now take action and do what they need to do for themselves and their family. And that's all I got to say on that. And we're going to take it from there, guys. We're going to keep going on. I'm going to keep giving the information out, and I hope that you keep receiving it, because I done been through too much to give any fucks of whether somebody like what I'm saying or don't like what I'm saying. You either receive it or you don't. Click off.